All right. Well, welcome everybody to our Arbonne Central call. It is October 2016, and we are just rocking October already. I've heard awesome things from everybody, so I'm super excited for this month. Alexa and I are going to be training on virtual parties, but before we jump into that, I have a few announcements and reminders. Vita sent me the information about GTC, so that just came out, and so I want to review just really quickly your options for registering. So I'm just going to read it here from my sheet. So we have for consultants who have been signed up prior to October 1st of this year, we have $200 for the early bird, and if you register before October 31st, you will receive the early bird gift set, and then which is valued at $100 SRP, as well as a deluxe Try Me set. So that's like a mini set of the new products that are going to be launching, and that values at 150 SRP, and you also get the new catalog. If you register November 1st, December 31st, it's still $225, and you still get the deluxe Try Me set, but you no longer get the early bird bonus pack. And then if you register from January 1st to April 22nd of next year, the price goes up to $325. You get the deluxe Try Me set, but not the early bird. And there's two different payment plans. There's a 3-payment plan from January to February, and that's $108.34 or 33 cents. So that's 3 payments. Or the 2-payment plan, which is in March, is $162.50. So those are your options. And then for new consultants who register or who sign up from October 1st through next year, regardless of when they register for GTC, it's $175 for them. So that's different from the $99 that we've been used to. And they also get, no matter when they sign up, they get the early bird bonus pack and the deluxe Try Me set. There's 2 different payment plans for that as well. January through February, you can do the 3-payment plan of $58.34 or $58.33, depending on which month. And then in March, it's $87.50. So that's a little bit different. So I know a flyer is coming out soon. I think it's the VP product right now, but we'll be getting all of that information soon. And just a reminder, GTC is April 20th through the 22nd of next year. So start planning for that. I know we talked on the last call about how GTC really can change your business, so I hope everybody can attend. If you're part of the ICE region, check on our team page for the GTC sign-up incentive that Vita posted last week. So I'll be looking for that. And then also just a reminder about the new ASVPs. I know we briefly touched on last week. We've added the men's ASVP, so that has the men's line, the protein, the Genius pads, and the Sky Bar. So that's really awesome, especially in time for the holidays. I'm really excited for that. We also added the 30-day maintenance, so that's really cool for people who aren't trying to do the full detox every month, but just want to maintain after their first detox. The sports nutrition ASVP, which includes the protein greens, Phys6, and Phytosport. And then the makeup ASVP, which is awesome since we didn't have anything like that before. And then also for preferred clients this month, remember to offer that they get free shipping if they purchase an ASVP. And then finally, I just want to remind everybody about the holiday cash incentive. So again, it's new and you. From 12,000 QV to 17,999, you get a $100 cash bonus. 18,000 to 26,999, you get a $250 bonus, and then 27,000 and up, you get a $500 bonus. And remember, that's your QV from September, October, and November new. So we've got a lot going on for this last quarter, so I'm really excited. So we've got a lot to cover in only a little bit of time, so I'm going to jump right in. Pretty much, I'm going to cover how I run my virtual parties on Facebook. And then after I do that, Alexa's going to share how she does hers a little bit differently. She kind of does somewhat similar to me, but she also does a live video of a Facebook spa party. So I'm going to share my screen with you so I can walk you through kind of what I do. Can you guys see my Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to go just step by step, like how I create my group and what I do. So when you're on Facebook, on this left side, you'll see all of your groups listed where my little mouse is. You'll create your group. Maybe if it lets me. There we go. You have your chance to name the group. I'm just going to say group. Add some people. I'm going to add Alexa so that she can be a participant in it. And I always make my privacy a closed group. You can make it secret, whatever. I just always do closed. And there's a little thing here that says add this group to your favorites, which I like to do because then it automatically will always bring it up on the top of my favorites on the left side. So that way I have easy access to it instead of trying to search for it in my groups. So I'll create it. You can choose a little icon. And then this is what it'll look like. There's nothing added. So I'll always add a group photo. You know, let's see, I'll upload some, let's see if I have a quick Arbonne picture here. Oh no, never mind, I don't. This is my husband's laptop. So normally I would add an Arbonne picture here. And then over here on the right side, this will show you the members. And so where it says add members, I can just add people's names and automatically they'll be added into my group. So right now there's just 2 members, me and Alexa. And then here's where the description is where I add everything that's going on. So I would click on add description and I have a little script that I just copy and paste. So here I'm going to click over. This is a virtual party that I did in September. So here on the description, it just says, you know, welcome to the party. You know, this is different than your in-home party. And here's how it works. So I say on such and such a date at this time, the party will begin. Log in via your phone or computer and be ready to engage with us. All in posts that I will share. I'll share about specific Arbonne products, what makes Arbonne different, and ways to earn discounts and get free products. There will be points given for your responses to different posts, and the person with the most points at the end of the will get a prize from me. And I think I included in the file that I uploaded a couple weeks ago how I do my point system, but I'll show you guys the post in a minute. I also tell them that if they can't be on the event at the specific time that we designated, that I give them 24 hours to respond to all of the posts so that they can still earn points towards their prize. Because I know sometimes people are working or they have kids or whatever, so I give them a whole day to look through everything. And I find that will lead to more engagement because not everybody's available at that time. I tell them when the party's open till, so this one was open until Friday, September 30th at 2 p.m. And then I tell them to invite friends and I put my contact information in my business page. So after I add that into this new group, then I would just start posting like, you know, welcome to the party. I'm so excited. Let me see in this one. Here we go right here. I put a post where I ask them to RSVP. So because this isn't an event through Facebook, there's no RSVP, yes, or interested, or maybe there's no buttons like that in the group. So I post a picture that says RSVP and I tell them for 10 points that they can RSVP by either liking the picture or commenting. And so these are the people that I'm expecting to participate with us. And so when the party starts, I'm looking for some of these names because these are the people who have shown interest already. And so the day that I create the group, usually 2 weeks, sometimes more, depending on when the host books the party. This is one of the first things that I post so that people are able to RSVP fairly early. I will post the points. Let me search for the points post. I'll post how I give points at the same time that I post the RSVP. Let's see. Okay, so this is the breakdown of the point system that I tell them. And so they can review this. Again, this is one of the first things that I post. They get different points for RSVPing, checking in at the start of the party, questions, liking my Facebook business page, all of that kind of stuff, placing an order, becoming a consultant, a preferred client. So I post this in the beginning so they can start racking up points. For people who are more competitive, right away they're liking my business page, they're asking questions, so that kind of helps people engage because they want to win, you know, a free product. Sometimes I do free shipping. So those are the things that I start out with. And so a week before the party, I will post like, oh, I'm getting excited, we're a week away. And then the day before, I'll post a little picture that says, keep calm, the party's almost started. And I just remind people to get on at what time we've designated, and that if they're not available, that they have those 24 hours to respond. And so then the day of the party at the start time, and you guys can look at that script that I posted in the files. I'm not going to go through all the posts because that would take too long, but I start with my number 1 post. I post my welcome video, which I typically record prior to the party just because normally the parties are during my son's bath time, so it's easy for me to just upload the video, go do bath, come back and do the rest of my posts. So I post a video that normally is just welcoming people. I will show the product that I'm gifting to my host. So I put on the little video like, oh, look, so-and-so is winning this awesome lotion or whatever, so that they get excited about it. And then I do my story in that video because I feel like it's more powerful than just typing it out. So I share my journey with Arbonne, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then I tell them to look out for the posts and to, you know, remind them to earn their points. So then I post I think I have 12 posts. I do 2 through 12. And just answering questions that people have. Some parties I'll have 10 to 15 people who are commenting on all of the different posts, asking me questions. So I try to just stay up, you know, responding as quickly as I can with them. Sometimes the parties are a little bit slower. It just kind of depends. And then at the end of the party, I post a closing video. So I just, again, thank the host for having the party. I remind people about how long they have to earn the posts, how long the party is going to be open, and just a quick reminder of how to order, even though I've done a post about that. But I like to reiterate that because I find that sometimes people have a hard time placing their own order, so I try to give it to them as many times as possible. And then the following day, 24 hours, so like you'll see right here, I announced the winner of who won. So this person had a total of 65 points and she won a free makeup primer. So then, like in this one again, I thank everybody and I tell them how far away the host is from earning her reward. So in this case, she needed 2 more orders and she was $90 away. And so I just ask people, you know, who's going to help her. And every time somebody orders something, I make a post on here thanking them, tagging them, so that people can see that there are people who are ordering. And I feel like sometimes like I've had people message me like, oh, I saw so-and-so ordered, and so I want to try this. So I like to, you know, just thank people publicly for ordering. So that's kind of a quick, you know, just review of how I do it. Again, the script that I use is in the files on the Arbonne Central Rocks page. You can literally just copy and paste it. Every now and again, I tweak it. I did add a post for the Genius Ultra that I didn't have on my script before because I created the script before the Genius Ultra came out. So I did add 1 extra post for that. So I guess I could always just upload the file again if you guys want, or I can, whatever, I can just copy and paste that 1 little blurb that I added. So before Alexa gets started on how she adds like an actual live video component to hers, do you guys have any questions? I know that was really quick, but I know I did post like the whole script, so I don't want to be redundant and cover what you guys can already read on your own. But is there anything you want to know specifically while I'm in this group page? No? Okay. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. So I'm going to turn it over to Alexa so that she can kind of share how she does hers a little bit differently. So let me stop sharing my screen. All right, Alexa, all yours.
Okay. So before I start, pretty much everything Caitlin said that she shares in like the description, her points they're pretty much the same thing that I do. The party points is a big thing just to get people involved and excited to earn a free gift. And also I did train on my virtual parties in the past. So if you look up my virtual party in the Arbonne, our central page, it should be there. So all the notes that I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna do it really compact. So let's see. So let me share my screen. Oh goodness, let me get this big. Sorry. Okay. Desktop. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Not yet. Oh, now we can.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I do actually do mine a little bit different also. She does hers with a group, and I usually do mine with events. Both work pretty much the same, just a little bit different because you can RSVP on the events. So I'm gonna go ahead and start one. Okay, so same thing, you can add your event. I'll just do what she did. Location, you can put where, well, this is for virtual, so just put, you know, your couch or something funny like that. Date and time, description.
Outer space.
Create private event.
For address, you could put cyberspace.
That would work.
Okay. So one thing that I have noticed is some people don't have Facebook. It's not a big deal. That's okay. But if people start an event on Facebook and that's how they want to do their virtual parties, you can actually invite them by text or email if they do not have Facebook. And they will still get the exact notifications as everybody else does in the event. And right up here, you can just add the phone number. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add my husband's. And just press enter. And once that is, it says completed a phone number, it sent the text, and on his phone right now, he got a text saying you are invited to whoever's event. And then when you click on it, and it'll say RSVP yes. It looks
really,
exactly like
sorry.
this. So you can,
There's, I don't know, there's some really loud background noise. I don't know who it's coming from, but really loud. Okay.
thank you. Okay, so you can put RSVP going, maybe, or no, thank you. It's the exact same thing as it looks like on Facebook. So you can do it that way if they do not have Facebook and somebody still wants to invite them. And then how I do it, let me escape out of this. And then, oh, how do you get out of here, Caitlin? Do you know how to get out of this?
Out of which one? Out of
Oh,
your.
I'm sorry. Got it. Stop sharing. Duh. Sorry. Okay, so I used to do it with Uvu, which is also a video chatting way, but Zoom seems to be the easiest because you literally can just make a link, send it out, and put it in the description, put it in an email, however you like. And that's how you can get it more personal with somebody. Let me see, let me get to my notes, sorry. And then how I make it more of a spa. Yes. I actually make the event about 2 weeks prior to the party to give them enough time to RSVP, yes. I do send out samples of the RE9 line and a little, like a little container that I found at Joann's. They're like bead containers of the mud mask. And that's how you get it to be more of like a spa night. And then whoever RSVPs yes is who I actually send it to. If they don't RSVP or if they put maybe, I will not send it to them because you don't want to waste product if they're not for sure going to be there. You want them to be involved as much as possible, and you don't want to waste product that can go to somebody else. So a week prior is actually when I send it, just to give them enough time to be able to get the samples. And in the description and in the comments, I make sure to tell them do not use it, because a lot of the time they want to use the products right away just to try it out. But just make sure that they don't, because I actually incorporate my samples into the party points. One of my party points is like 10 points for posting a picture with their mud masks on. Another thing is some people don't want to Zoom or face, have like a face-to-face interaction. So I still do post everything that I'm talking about into the comments of the actual party, either if they don't want to be there or if they can't be there, just so they still get the same participation or points in general. And what I use is just my normal script, just like home parties. And I also actually do the facials with them. It seems like it's more awkward when you do it through Zoom than it is at actual home parties. They feel awkward. They don't want to do the masks right there. I don't know what the difference is, but they just do. So I just make it less uncomfortable and do them with them. And they just feel a lot more laid back. And I still give them the option of interacting with their friends that they're, Zooming with, so they can still talk to them. It just gets a lot more personal. And then I still do check out with everybody face to face through the Zoom or whatever FaceTiming, stuff that you want to do with them. FaceTime, Uvu, really whatever you'd like to use, but Zoom seems to be the easiest. But I like to go face-to-face, checking out with them, asking them, you can have like a one-on-one right there. And they're less likely to ignore you than Facebook Messenger or texts, because you're talking to them right now. It's a right now moment. So that's kind of what I do. But like I said, everything that Caitlin said about the description, the party points, I pretty much do the same thing. There might be a little bit of a difference, but everything is pretty much the same. So,
Alexa, when you get for the addresses to send people samples, do you have the host give you a list, or do you
No.
individually message people?
I actually individually message people, or I tag them in a comment, like in the event. Just because if the host gives me the addresses and I send it out and they really aren't going to participate, I don't want to waste those samples.
Yeah.
I rather hear it from them that they're actually going to be there, that they're going to use them where they're supposed to use them. Samples are a lot of money. Yeah, you want to hand them out to everybody, but if they're not going to use them, there's no point in sending them. It's just, why not use it for somebody else?
Okay.
So.
Alexa, this is Vita. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So for those people who don't have Facebook, you said that they can get notifications and all that. Are they able to click on that notification without signing up for Facebook? Because that hasn't been my experience. Oh, really? They can look at the link without signing up on Facebook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I just actually figured out, because I've always seen that you can invite them.
Yes.
And I actually just tested it with my husband's phone. I put in his phone number, like I showed everybody, and then through a text. He got the link, and it gives everything. I mean, it shows who it's for, what day, the description that I put into everything, and then they get all of the posts that I put, all the posts that everybody else puts. So, I mean, they still get everything. They just don't sign up for Facebook.
Okay, so they have to give you a heads up if they want to participate then, and then you take them off if they don't, because they'll continue to get those notifications, right?
They can put not going.
Okay,
They can
got
put
it.
not going, or they can turn off their notifications if they want to.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thanks.
So Alexa, this is Beverly.
Hi, Beth.
I have a question. So you actually have a particular time you do the presentation, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And do you find that there's some people that just can't get on there, but then they end up doing orders anyway just to help the hostess? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I've had that one time. There was, because the party that I actually had, there were 4 different people that were in different time zones. So 2 of them couldn't make it or didn't, they had plans or something, but they still placed orders. And I still posted everything in the comments that I discussed in the video or in the FaceTiming, like the Zoom and stuff. So like everything I talk about, like that's in the script, I will kind of copy and paste it, put in the comments, so they still get the information that I'm sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They still place orders to help out.
So I'm curious between the way that you do it, you do yours on events, and then you like face-to-face, and then Caitlin does hers in a group, and it's more that they're just kind of doing orders, right? Is that the way I see it? I'm just trying to figure out which one is actually more effective. Are they both just as effective, or what do you guys feel?
I think a lot depends on the host, because I think there are some hosts that want to do it virtually because they don't want that like commitment of having to do anything. I know a lot of my hosts have been like that, like, oh, I don't have to do anything. You're going to do all the work, and I reap the rewards. So I think you kind of have to feel out the host. And if there's somebody who maybe just lives far away from you but really wants to be engaged, I think Alexa's way is more effective.
Okay.
Because they're still getting to touch the smell, which is important. But I know like a lot of the people that I've done the groups with are lazier or just really don't care to try things out as much. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah. Okay. So I get that. And so I find with the groups, so I noticed on the one you had in September, Caitlin, that there was a lot of people in there. So basically your host has just added all those people in there, right? I mean, it looked like 80 some people was added in there. So, and what's nice about that, you can actually see who looks at it.
Yeah, that is the one nice thing that I didn't mention about what's different from a group to an event is that in the group you can see exactly who's looking at your posts, and in events you can't. So that's nice to see. Like, sometimes the parties, there's only like 2 people looking at them, and then other times there's like 15 or 16 people, and you're like, okay, I know these people are actually checking out my posts. But then the one nice thing then with Alexa's is they're face to face, so you know who's actually physically there. So.
Well, now can you do a group and you could still do a group plus do a face-to-face at a particular time? Yeah.
So the only thing about a group that sometimes stinks is like in the events, like if you're on Facebook and you schedule an event, they get notifications that, oh, remember you have an event coming up. Whereas in the group, there's no like time reminder that Facebook automatically does for you. So that's one good thing about the event. But then you don't get to see who's checking it out. So it's kind of like there's pros and cons to all of it. You have to like mix and match what's going to work best.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Gosh, this has been so good.
Okay.
Really, really
I hope
helpful.
It's been helpful.
Very. You guys did a great job. I would imagine that you can combine both, kind of the way we do our 30-day challenge is you do that invitation and really drum it up until the day of.
That's what I think I'm going to start doing for the ones that I do in the groups, is to make an event so that they get the reminder, but then there's the group that I can see who's looking at everything.
Right.
So
Awesome.
yeah, so that's pretty much all. Alexa, is that all that you had?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody have any other questions or?
I have a question, Caitlin. Do you do this just for your business Facebook page?
Do I do it through my Facebook page, my business one? Is that what you said?
Or is it just your personal Facebook page?
It's through my personal. I don't know that you can create groups through the business page. So I create the groups through my personal page.
Oh, good. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can create an invitation,
Yeah.
an event through your business.
Right. Christy, were you going to say something?
Well, thank you. I was just going to ask. You're Caitlin, right?
Yeah.
Caitlin. Hi, thanks. So did you just basically say that you are most likely going to be implementing the events rather than the groups moving forward yourself?
I'll probably do the combo where I create an event so that Facebook automatically gives like a date activated reminder. But then when I do the actual party, I'll keep doing it in groups so that I can see who's engaging. Even if they're not posting, I see who's reading them.
Okay, so you'll use both of them simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, did it.
Anything else? Does anybody else, Bev or Vita, I don't know, did you guys have any other announcements or anything that I missed in the beginning?
So
Can't think of anything.
I do have another question for
Yeah.
Caitlin. If somebody else has a pause moment, if you're not ready yet, Beverly.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, honey.
Okay. Let's see the event. You're gonna send out. You would send out the event invite first, and then how much longer after that, Caitlin, would you send out a group, so to speak, invite for that same?
I would probably start the group the same time that I do the event, just like for myself, because I'm going to forget if I don't do it all at the same time. And then that way the people who RSVP yes, I can then ask the host to add them to the group. Or I've noticed that recently I was able to add people into a group without me being friends with them. So if I know their full Facebook name, I can type them into the group once they RSVP so that they're automatically in the group as soon as their RSVP goes in.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? I know we're a couple minutes over, so does anybody else have anything?
This was fantastic, Caitlin.
Okay,
and Alexa.
good. I feel like it went kind of quickly because there's a lot to cover, but hopefully it was helpful.
I felt
Yes, well, I'll be
really good.
definitely listening to it over and over again. So I'm glad you
Yeah,
did
really.
record.
It was great.
Oh,
Thank
Caitlin and Alexa, would you guys mind putting me in one of your expired group parties? Because I would like to just really look at it and see what went on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Do the same for me too. I'd appreciate that too. Put me in the expired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that for me, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
thank you.
Caitlin, you could just post that link to the Arbonne Center page.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
That'd be
That
easier.
way you guys can add yourselves in.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. That was
Well,
so
thank you,
informative.
guys. Good.
Hey, Audrey.
Hi.
Thank you guys so much. That was awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a
Good night, guys. You guys are the best.
Thank you so much.
Take
All
care.
right.
Bye-bye.